Hi guys, it's time to do our chromatography lab, so we're going to be entering in the lab. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, is grab the correct apron. Matthew, which way does it say? Does it say front? Can you read front? Okay, then this is the way I need to put it on. Make sure I tie it completely. If I can tie it right around my waist again, I will. But again, I'm only tying a bow, not a knot, because you have very little time to get out of this, and every time you tie a knot, it makes it so the next class cannot get to their lab as quickly. Now it's hanging a little low, so I'm going to go ahead and remember to undo a little bit of this and bring it up, because remember, we're working with solutions today and we don't need it anywhere near our breastplate or also our sternum. That's where our heart is, so we need to make sure we correctly tie it up. Have a helper help you at volume level 0, please. All right, the next one is our goggles. Yes, of course, these goggles are sweaty, but the quicker we get through the lab, the quicker we can take these off. You cannot take these off until all your supplies are away from you, because again, we do have a solvent today. That's a liquid that we don't want on us. My hair is pulled back, and now it's also clamped between my ponytail and the strap. It's on tight, so it's not going to go up here or down here. Tighten it up a little bit more just to make sure it's safe. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go to the checklist. My arms are nice, although I will move the sleeves up a little bit because I don't feel as able to move around with my sleeves down. All right, I have my checklist right here. It is with the handout called Pigment Powered Plants, because today we're learning about why different pigments power our plants. What's so special about it? So you've already read the preface, which is why are we doing this? Now we're going to check on the materials. My first piece is the 2 by 5 centimeters width and 8 centimeters long piece of paper. And this is going to be special paper for the chromatography lab. And remember, the centimeters are the very small measurements on the side of the ruler. You have a ruler at each desk, exact copy, proper size for a ruler. So please, if you did not make your cuts the day before in your pre-lab, please do this now. All right, now that we've made our cuts, I've taken it, I've measured it for 2 centimeters. Oops, almost did 2 inches. And then I measured my cup for 2.5 centimeters by 8 centimeters long. And since I folded it over, I now have, which is perfect, 2 pieces, one for each shoulder partner pair of a table. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my pieces and my paper clip. Every shoulder pair is going to be supplied with a paper clip. I have my paper clip here. I'm going to unfold the paper clip and do my best to make it straight. Yes, I am allowing you to unfold a paper clip. This is very important that you have it straight. Do your best not to twist your tines, because this is what's going to keep your chromatography paper sitting on top of its beaker. So I have my paper, my paper clip, thank you very much. Let's see, what else do I need? What's next on the list? A penny or dime. I have a penny supplied by the teacher, of course. I have my scissors here. I have a ruler. I have fresh spinach, which you'll need to get when you come in. And then I have a container of the solution. Please be very careful with this container. Now this container is not the one we're going to use. We are actually going to use this container, your 50 milliliter container. However, whenever we have a solution, we always keep the base separate from what we're using. So what I will do is, using my eyedropper, measure up enough to get all the way up to 10 milliliters. And I'm going to go down. Matthew, can you come in, please? And make sure that when I measure it, the 10 milliliters is right at that level. Now the 10 milliliters is also 1 centimeter. Not everyone has the same looking beaker, but it will be the same height. All right, there we go. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to take this main, put it back on the teacher table. This is what we're going to use. Now, if we drop this, it's not the end of the world, but we have to be careful because this is glass. So always do your best, both hands on it at all times when you're moving it around. Now, I have everything I need. What I'm going to do is look at my checklist. The first thing for my procedure is to measure 1.5 centimeters from here. Now I have to use a pencil and not a pen because the pencil does not transfer the pigment. So we're going to go ahead, take this. Go ahead and watch what I'm doing, Matthew. Take this and measure 1.5, make sure you can actually see it, move it so you can see it, 1.5 centimeters, and that would be right here, 1.5 centimeters. I'm going to go ahead and use the straight edge, go on the other side and measure 1.5 again, 1.5, and then since I do have the straight edge, I'm going to go right across and from my measurement, and this paper is very flimsy, so be very careful with it. It tears easily. I don't have very much of it, so please make sure that we are careful. Now that is a firm line. Very good. Now, what you're going to do is make the check mark. I did that. Okay. Baseline. Do not use pen. It says do not use pen in bold. So what are you not going to use? Thank you. All right. The next check mark, if you flip your page over to the second side, is the spinach leaf over the baseline. So what I'm going to do is take my spinach leaf and my penny, my coin, and we're going to roll. We're going to do a roll action, which is rolling across. The other action that people will try and do is this, and that doesn't always get the pigment or the extract out of the leaf. It just tears the leaf. So I'm going to take it, go ahead and get close, Matthew, and it says what I'm going to do is above the line, which means towards the larger piece, take this and roll the pigment across above the line. Roll, roll, roll. We want to get as much of the pigment on here as possible, so we're using the edge of the penny because that cuts in and actually gives us a little bit of the juice or the extract. I'm going to, perfect. That is a lot of extract. Look at that. Okay, that's a lot more than we actually need, but this is, of course, just a demonstration. Yours is going to look different. So I did that 4 or 5 times. Going to make my check mark on that. Okay, so I've done the isopropyl alcohol for 10 milliliters, not higher. So I just need to make sure, yes, it's not higher than. I'm just double checking. Because if I get the ink or the liquid into the container, it actually invalidates the experiment. So we need to make sure that that pigment doesn't go below. If it does, we need to restart our paper. So I'm going to go ahead. Now what I need is this right here. I'm going to fold over until I know that when I fold it, the pigment is going to stay, or that line is going to be above the liquid line. So I'm going to fold it over, grab a piece of tape, a very small piece of tape, because if you have it too big, it's going to affect in a negative way your experiment. So let's make sure we have a small piece of tape. Get that piece of tape on there because we want to keep it so it's not going into the solution. All right, tape the filter, okay? Because the filter will go up, it's very important that we do double check and make sure. We're not pushing the filter into the solution, we're just setting it carefully on it. Now, what we're going to do is place the solution, the filter into the solution. Okay, you know, I'm still not comfortable with this, so what I'm going to do is roll up the filter paper just a little bit more because we don't want the pencil line in the solution. We don't want the pencil line in the solution. So, will someone tell me where we want to keep the pencil line away from? Very good. All right, I'm going to go ahead. There we go. Turn it around so you can see it. Now I want to make sure that when I put it in, I don't put it in with the lip. The lip goes lower. And that actually affects. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to sit and watch it. We're going to watch all of that liquid. You can actually see right now how some of the solution is starting to move or wick upwards. What you're going to do is watch it and just keep watching because it's pulling the solution from the paper that's in it upwards. Once it gets past that line, it's going to start interacting with the pigments in the spinach, and we're going to watch what happens with those pigments. All right, so now that we have our experiment started, thank you, Matthew, you're going to have a few minutes to sit and watch it. What I'd like you to do while you're doing that, waiting, is start reading the rest of your questions. Make sure you know what you're about to do, because you do have 5 questions and a drawing that you will need to do. So please, again, make sure you are silently looking at your own paper, being very careful to be focused on your lab, because this is, again, your lab. All right. I will be coming around, checking in on everyone, and thank you very much for participating in your success today.